back to my channel. My name is Laura, and today I'm pre-recording this for a Wednesday video, and usually I do top 5 Wednesday, and I decided to do something a little different. I'm going to try a chapter tag, and what I have here is I have 5 mysteries that are on my TBR that I pulled out that I haven't showed you in any of my videos yet. And I'm going to read a chapter in each of those 5 books and then tell you which book I'm going to continue reading. So this might be a good way to get rid of some of my books, because when I read the first chapter, I will know if I like the book, if I want to continue on, if I like the writing style, if I like the characters, you know, stuff like that. So here I go. I will be back. And after I read each chapter, I will give you a synopsis of what I read and how I liked it. And let's see. I'm not going to share with you what they are, so it'll be a surprise each time I come back. So stay tuned. Okay, I picked out 5 books. The 5 books that I picked out, I looked at all the chapters. I looked at the first chapter. Make sure that all the chapters are short. So the chapter 1 would be 12 pages or less. So yeah, I pulled out, I had other books that were like 25 pages, and I know I'm not going to be able to finish it, so I stuck those back on the shelf. And all these 5 books have 12 pages or less for chapter 1. So here I am with book number 1. I read this one, The Twilight Life by A.J. Banner. I read chapter 1. This one is about a woman who, she's a diving instructor. She's a biologist, and she scuba dives. And in the first chapter, she was diving, and she hit her head, and she lost her memory for 4 years. And she's suffering from memory loss. And I'm really liking that part about it. They're asking her, they want her to go to the school and talk about biology, because she remembers before 4 years, so she still has some memory of her job and everything. So they want her to go to school and do that. And then they also want her to see a psychologist because she can't remember anything. So it was pretty interesting. I enjoyed it, and I love memory loss books, so this could be an option. And again, it's only 13 pages for chapter 1. So this is option 1. I'm back with book number 2. Book number 2 is a YA book. I bought this one, and I had no idea that James Patterson is like the person, not the writer, but he's like the publisher of this book. So anyway, the book that I have here is Stalking Jack the Ripper, and this is by Kerry Maniscalco. So anyway, I read the first chapter. It is only 8 pages long. This is very graphic. I had no idea what this book was about. I just picked it up, and it's a YA book, and this is book 1 of a series. I read the first chapter, and the first chapter is very graphic. It's about this girl. She is learning how to cut into dead bodies, so like in a morgue. And it's very graphic how he describes cutting from, you know, from here to the stomach, and taking out the body parts, and it's very graphic. I'm surprised for a YA book. Anyway, the uncle is the person, he's teaching her how to do this. And it's only 8 pages long, and it was very graphic and very gross. Yeah, if you want to be a doctor, I think you would love this book. I want to read on, but I don't know. So, and this is an option. It's a YA option. I love that it was fast, and it was only 8 pages, because it was kind of gruesome reading that. Yeah, so I'll be back with book number 3. Book number 3 is Girl Last Seen by Nina Lauren. So I read the prologue, which is like 5 pages. And what I got from the prologue is there's this girl walking down the street, and there are 2 people following her. And it's very hard to describe because I don't know if she has memory loss, she is dirty, and she has blood on her, and she doesn't know who she is, and she's walking, and these 2 people that see her walking call the cops, and the cops come, and that's all I really got from it. The writing is very, very dense. Yeah, I'm going to read chapter 1, and I'll be back. Okay, chapter 1. It fast forwards to 11 years later, and the woman that was the girl is now the woman, and she works in a grocery store, and apparently she was stolen in the beginning of the book. And now she's looking at this flyer that comes to the grocery store, and another girl is missing, and it's been a week since the other girl has been missing. So yeah, she wants to find the little girl who's been missing a week. So yeah, it seems interesting, but it is very dense reading. Her paragraphs are very long. Yeah, this will be something that will take me longer to read. So yeah, I'm liking it, but I don't know if I'm gonna pick it up right now. So yeah, so that's this one. Okay, I have 2 more books to go. I'll be back. Book number 4 is The Wife, the Maid, and the Mistress by Ariel Lorhan. And I don't know if I said her name right or not. I read the prologue, and it's about this woman who goes to this bar for 39 years, and she has this confession, and she has this story to tell. And that's all, and she's smoking. So she's drinking and smoking, yeah. And she has this confession. So I am going to read chapter 1 now, and I'll be right back. So chapter 1, it goes 39 years earlier, and it's the woman who was in the beginning of this thing. It's 1930 now, and she was with her husband, and she is fighting with her husband in the car, and as they're getting out of the car, she slams his hand into the door, and he gets his 2 fingers mangled into the door. And now he can't do things because he's missing his fingers, and she has to help him, and she's not very polite and not very nice to this guy, and she sends him off to work, and that was the last time she saw him. So yeah, so he goes missing. So very interesting. The writing is very strange, very long sentences. And yeah, I'm not sure I'm liking the writing style, but the premise is pretty interesting. So yeah, this is supposed to be historical fiction, 1930. So yeah, this could be a possibility. Moving on to my last book. I just want to let you know that this tag is very hard to do, especially at night. I attempted to read my 5th book, and I was so tired that I fell asleep. So this morning I finished the 1st chapter. Okay, so which is the 3rd book? I'm sorry, the 5th book. I'm a little tired. I just woke up, and I just had to drop off my kids, and I just read the chapter, and I'm tired, and I have a headache. Anyway, on to the 5th book. The 5th book is The Life She Was Given. The Life She Was Given by Ellen Marie Wiseman. And here it is. This is one of the books I recently hauled because I wanted to read it. And it's a mystery thriller. And the first chapter takes place in 1931. It's told by a girl that is 9 years old. Her name is Lily. And it takes place in New York. So, yeah. So, we have this little girl. She's 9 years old. She's telling the story. And this gave me the feel of a Flowers in the Attic. She is trapped in the attic, and her parents leave her in the attic. Apparently, she has something wrong with her, but I don't know what is wrong because they didn't describe it. I don't know if she has a defect, like a face defect or something. They don't say. But the mother is very brutal to her, and she's very, she thinks about God a lot. She makes her pray and everything else, but she tortures the little girl and abuses her. The father is really nice. The father gives her gifts and loves her, says he loves her and all that. So one day she looks out the window and a circus is coming by in New York City. And she's all excited because she sees the circus through the window. She could see outside, but she can't leave her room. And then at the end of the chapter, the mother comes in the middle of the night and says, "Get dressed, we have to leave." Oh, and also the book is told very descriptive. The writing style is very descriptive. There's not much dialogue. I like to read dialogue because the book moves faster. But I did really like the story that I read. And yeah, so I'm going to read on. I think I'm going to read on, and I don't know. There's 5 books. So this one I really like the story. And chapter 2 starts with another POV. So I don't know if I'm going to like the second POV. But I really like Lily's point of view in the first POV. And I want to see what happens to the little girl. So, yeah, so that's this one. I also liked, even though it was gruesome, I really liked Jack the Ripper. Yeah, Stalking Jack the Ripper. I thought it was something different. I never read anything like that before. It was very gruesome, though. But I really like this one as well. So out of the 5, I think I'm going to continue reading these 2. So yeah, they seem very interesting. I don't know if I'm gonna like the graphic violence in this one. Not really. It's not like violence. It's just that it's kind of gory. But this one has the Flowers in the Attic feel, and I really liked Flowers in the Attic. It's my favorite book of all time, and it has that feel to it, and I want to know what happened and why is she trapped in that attic for so long. Like, does she have a defect on her face or what? You know, I like to read on and see. So these are my 2 options. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope I continue reading on. I have this very bad attention span, and I jump from book to book to book. So yeah, but those 2 books really caught my attention. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in another video, and I hope my headache goes away. I took 2 more Advils. It's right in here. You could actually see that my eye is kind of closing. It hurts. I have a pounding headache right here. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you in another video. Bye.